Hi, this is PR Sundar. Welcome to Pre-Market Report sponsored by Delta.exchange and TradeX.live. US markets fell yesterday. It was a kind of volatile market, I would say. Before the market opening, I was watching Nasdaq 100 was higher by 100 point. Just before opening, it fell 100 point. Then again shot up 100 point. Again fell 100 point. So within 100 point, it was making 3 to 4 times move. The markets are confused. And yesterday, I don't know why the bond yield shot up nearly, 2%. 2% means, like it was, yield was around 4.2%. From there, it went up to 4.4%, something like that. Not the total percentage too. So because I have invested in some bond funds, and yesterday it was showing a loss of about 2%. So the bond prices have fallen by 2%. So now there is only a 58% chance that Fed will be cutting the rates in June meeting. So when personal consumption expenditure data came as expected, so I don't know why people are becoming pessimistic about the rate cut. So if the rate cut is delayed, then market performance will also be will not be really very good. So this is about the US markets. But despite US markets falling yesterday, despite US futures are lower today, Asian markets are doing well. And looks like Asian markets are decoupling from US markets. In fact, for the last many months, Asian markets, were not reacting even when US markets were moving higher. So there is no reason for Asian markets to react negatively when the US markets fall. However, GIF Nifty, you know how the GIF Nifty does. So GIF Nifty indicating about 50-60 point lower opening. But 50-60 point lower opening is okay considering the kind of run that we had seen in the last two trading sessions. So last Thursday and this Monday, these two trading sessions, Nifty shot up, I think nearly 400 points. So therefore, giving up a part of that gain is okay. But again, this is what GIF Nifty is indicating, but we don't know when the market open. So what is going to happen? In US markets, HDFC Bank ADR was slightly higher, whereas ICICI Bank ADR and Infosys ADR, they are slightly lower. And yesterday, there was some news about tax refund for Infosys, and people thought Infosys will do better. In fact, in the pre-market, Infosys was one of the top gainers. But at the end of the day, Infosys came under selling pressure and it closed in red, while TCS did much better. Of course, TCS will have to catch up because TCS was trading around 4,200, because of the Tata Sun stake sale and this and that, so it fell drastically. So it has to catch up. So it has to go to 4,200 at least by the end of April. But again, that depends upon the corporate results. So TCS is the first major company set to declare results. I think the results is on April 12th. So looking at the open interest, and things are looking very, very bullish only. There's no bearish. As I told you yesterday, the Bank Nifty has become long technically. So it will be interesting to see, because so far, banks and IT, they were underperforming, and it was the Reliance and broader market were supporting the market. But now IT is stabilizing at the lower level. And since it has already fallen, it cannot fall much more than from here, because ahead of the corporate results. And then banks are becoming technically long. So therefore, it will be interesting to see whether the broader market and Reliance will be coming down to balance the index. So anyway, as I told you, for markets, within some small breakout, small breakdown, this and that can happen. But over a longer period time frame, our markets are still in consolidation between 22,000 and 22,600, I would say. So markets, 2 or 3 times broke 22,000 on the downside, but again it has come back. And one good thing is that, Nifty is trading above 22,500, and that's something good. But then with the today's gap down, it will go back below 22,500. I think yesterday itself on a closing basis, it was below 22,500, though the high was 22,529. So anyway, people are not expecting any big move. April, one thing is that, it's a 4-week series, and the first 3 weeks, there's no major corporate results except TCS. Most of the major results are coming in the 4th week, and people are not expecting, even if the markets break out, okay, and people are not expecting any huge rally going forward. And that's because, November and December, though Nifty shot up 3,000 point, okay, the following period, 3 months, though it was a consolidation, but within this consolidation period also, the Nifty shot up about 700, 800 points. So therefore, maybe even if it breaks out, 23,000 will become a stiff resistance for the April series. And markets cannot make a very big move just ahead of the parliament election. And because of Lehman Brothers collapse, markets fell so much before 2009 election. But you know what happened just after the election? Just in one day, 20% gap up. So, if market going up too much or coming down too much, people having long position or short position will have a big problem just after the election results. So, logically speaking, 22,000 to 23,000 should be the trading range for this series. And I think it's likely to continue that range, unless something serious happens. US markets will be reacting to the headline news. Personal consumption expenditure data came. Then now Fed chairman will be speaking, I think today or tomorrow. I think today, Fed chairman is speaking somewhere, So, if the markets are good, then definitely he will speak hawkishly. He will say, we are not in a hurry to cut the rates and this and that. But anyway, US economy is still doing well. And you may remember when they kept on raising the interest rates, most of the people were telling US will go into economic recession, most of the analysts. But nothing of that sort has happened. Even despite having these kind of things, and still the US economic data like GDP growth and other things, they are looking really very good. So the interest cut may be delayed, it may not happen in June. Because of that, US markets may come under some selling pressure. So that may affect Indian markets also. So that possibility is there. So US interest rate on one side, corporate results on the other side. So it's going to be a tug of war again between bulls and bears. And the markets, in the month of March, we got so many negative news. Markets fell 700, 800 points. But by the end of the expiry, everything was recovered, So those kind of things may happen. A clear picture, clear rally or clear crash will happen only after the parliament election. So at least that is what India VIX indicates. So India VIX going to around 12, that shows that, the markets are not going to make any big move drastically. If at all, if it moves also, it may move gradually. So like it's not going to like something like a 300, 400 point gap down, 300, 400 point gap up. So that possibility is very, very low. Okay. If there is any such possibility, the India VIX will be higher. So that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you for watching.